stay above rising waters. Doubting falters. Head stay up, build your altars. Head stay up, can't be held down. Head stay up with your feet off the ground.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, world.
How's it going? What's going on?
We're in a band.
We play music. Sorta. Who are we?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, world.
How's it going? What's going
We're
on?
in a band.
We play music. Sorta.
Who are
I
we?
hear us feeding back.
Hey, world. We're in a band.
All right. Oh, doing the spiel? Okay. Hello, we are the Cosa Nostra Strings. Welcome to our album listening party.
Ooh.
This was going to be a live performance, live stream
All
of
right.
Jazz Mafia
Oh,
Tuesdays. But I tested positive for coronavirus. Maybe you've heard of it. Basically, I did a recording session at my brother Graham's house last Monday, and on Friday, he messaged me and said that he tested positive, and that day I also experienced symptoms, and then I got a test. I got my test back today, and it turns out I do have it. I notified everybody that I'd seen that week, including the members of Cosa Nostra Strings. We had a rehearsal that we tried to be really careful, but still, we were around each other. So, we've been self-isolating and trying to be as careful as possible. And there was no way that we would be able to get together in person. So we are adapting. It's the necessary way to live these days. And I have a full range of emotions associated with having the Rona, but I think that if you want to talk to me about it, I'm happy to talk to you. You can message me on any of my social media platforms, or if you have my number, my email. But in the long short of it is, I think I'm going to be fine, and I'm not worried. I'm taking every precaution, and looking forward to listening to the album. I think we're all really, really proud of it. I know I am, and I'm also really excited to see Aaron Kierbel's new video for the Acrobat. I understand it took him an hour or two to make. So
Just a few minutes.
I'm really, really excited to see that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lou.
I see people talking, but everyone's muted. Is that supposed to be like that?
I was getting chewed out by my wife for laughing out loud.
We don't want laughter. You think this is a joke,
Take a poll.
Adam? You think the
People
Rona's a
want
joke?
Adam to stay on mute the whole time or not? If you want me to stay on mute the whole time, I will. I'll just mime. Hello, us furthest, Kevin. That's a long journey through the the interwebs. Mark, what's up? Otis McDonald. Oh, damn. We better do the tighten up, y'all.
Uh-oh.
We will be rescheduling the live stream performance. We'll be doing a listening party today, like Lewis said, and going through the album and kind of reminiscing about some of the fun stories and taking any questions, comments, stuff like that. We'll let you know as soon as we have it rescheduled. And excited for it. We've been rehearsing quite a bit for it. The band sounds amazing.
And
Indeed, we do.
Just so everybody knows, this is my first time doing YouTube Live, and so excited to be in yet another rectangle with some of my favorite people. And I'm noticing in the comment section, there's a lot of great people here, including my mother, Karen Bryant. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I think Keith is from.
Yeah, that's where my parents are. My parents are also watching from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Pittsburgh, represent.
You know it.
And,
My mom is right here on the couch, like right there.
Oh.
Hey,
Shaina's
she's
mom.
watching in the earbuds.
So feel free to write things in the comment section, interact with us, let us know what you're thinking, feeling. If you have any questions, if you like Keith's style tonight, you know, Lewis's mustache, just let us know. Give us some stuff to go off of, and we will certainly respond to you. And if you have any requests, yeah, we probably won't do that, but just interact with us.
We are Cosa Nostra Strings, and we're presenting our debut album that we've worked so hard on through all this social distancing. And, you know, it's thank you for joining us, because this means the world to us. It's we have a motley crew here. The five of us could not be more different. And it's what makes us really enjoy making music together. So we're going to play some tracks for you and hope you guys enjoy. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones, tell your enemies, whatever. You know, just make people listen.
Shall we roll that first track?
Let's do it.
You're live.
Everyone like that track?
Yeah. What was the name of that song? I didn't catch that the first time.
Kill 'em with kindness. which is a great way to live your life, except when you have tried killing them with kindness and it didn't work. Then sometimes, you got to get real mean with that supervisor on tech support to get what you need. But kindness is a good place to start.
Right. Shove that TPS report right up there.
Yeah. Thanks for the observations, some really cool comments from people. Feel free to throw any questions you have in there and observations. We're not going to try to talk forever about each song because the album's like an hour, but I'll just say that the main inspiration for this tune for me was that one of our kind of core inspirations in Cosa Nostra Strings is that we want to try to feature violin, cello, viola, especially in a lot of different settings that you might not have heard them in and that we haven't played. When we've played in a lot of different groups and ensembles. And so one thing that we've been mining ideas out of is out of the EDM realm and electronic in general. So sometimes beats from the 80s. A lot of that stuff tends to feel really good with the group. It's just so exotic and opposite of like that really glossy sound that you hear from 80s production. And so for me, a lot of going back to Jazz Mafia's beginning, we were doing a lot of drum and bass and jungle beats, taking a lot of these electronic things. And I was playing with drummers who were just obsessed with trying to play those beats. And so if you listen to like the first Realistic Orchestra album, there's a lot of that on there. And it was fun to revisit that in this kind of, 20 years later almost with this group that we've been doing all this with. So that's where it came from. And awesome cello solo from Lewis and drumming from Aaron, just unreal. And Nino did a killer job mixing that song. Michelle is a killer musician and has a great studio. So I think that's enough for that one.
Sure. The next song is one of mine. It's called Omerta. It's not lost on me that we named our band after the real mafia in Sicily. The Cosa Nostra means our thing. And I wanted to kind of write a piece that was sort of about that. Omerta is the vow that they take in the real Cosa Nostra in Sicily, that once you get too deep in, you're going to see things that are illegal, and you are taking a vow to say, I'm not going to cooperate with the authorities if they ask me about these things. So it's basically the vow to not betray your people. This tune, it's the first tune I ever wrote for the group, and everybody gets a solo in it and a lead part that I wrote out. There's basically two melodies that I kind of play with that go in and out of this tune. And I'm really just honored to have all these people not only lending their technical expertise, but their improvisational creativity. And that's it. So here it is, Omerta.
All right.
Lewis.
That was
welcome to-
Omerta. Yeah, Lewis, dude, that track is so sick.
Thanks, dude.
Yes. Anything you wanted to add there, Lewis? I mean, it's just, there's so much beautiful stuff in there. That was one of my most favorite things to improvise over out of all of our songs.
Yeah, did you catch the 9/8 that Adam had to improvise over? Switches from 8/8 to 9/8 in just one measure, and that I felt like sort of an a-hole. But actually, now he says his favorite thing, so never mind.
Well,
Should probably write more stuff like that.
To all our musician friends out there, that's why you rehearse, is so you can play stuff that's in 8, 8, 8, and 9.
Safely with masks on.
If
That was like
someone's
that was the most difficult. Like for me, I still have issues with that, but that was a great challenge. Like I love that piece, Lewis. It jams. It goes classical. It goes a little groove. It goes a little jazzy. It's dope. It's a challenge, and I love this group for that. We challenge each other in that way.
Right on, dude.
Yeah, I was just looking for the comment. I think, was it Anita? She summed it up really well. I was just trying to find it. But yeah, she basically said what you said, Keith, about it being just a perfect mix of classical and other styles. And that was a big part of what Lewis was going for sure, to exercise all those different muscles. Okay, so the next tune. So you're watching the Cosa Nostra Strings live stream listening party. We had to reschedule the live performance part. We'll be letting you know when that's happening. It's a crazy world, since we started Jazz Mafia Tuesdays, every Tuesday for the past 5 Tuesdays, something has come up, either like fire, soot falling from the sky or whatever. So, but the show must go on. That's just what happens. We don't give up. We're not going to like go hide. So we're going to just proceed the way that is the smartest way we can. And it's actually led to a lot of really creative stuff. I mean, it's the most music that I've ever been involved in putting out ever, really. So I don't want to say thanks to the pandemic or anything like that. But that's where we're at. We're here. It's Tuesdays, Jazz Mafia Tuesdays, the new Friday. And we're playing you our new album that just came out today. On all the streaming services, and if you want to really go support indie style, you can do Bandcamp. Bandcamp.com is a really awesome platform. You can see a lot more behind the scenes of the music. Remember, there's these things called records, and you like get it, and there's all this information, and so it's kind of like a little more like that. You can see all, who wrote and recorded on the different songs on the album and all that kind of nerdy stuff. And just the more visual.
I have a record right here, Adam. It's like a vinyl. Yeah.
Yes. Discount bin right there. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And we're on track 3 now. This is a tune for the Jazz Mafia longtime listeners and even recent converts. You may have heard this one played in a different Jazz Mafia ensemble because it's been a bit of a theme song for us, not at our own choosing. It just keeps coming up in different times. So originally, this song Achilles Heel was written for an EDM jazz project that I was doing with my friend Brandon Werlin. Chris Fletcher, who also did some mixing on this album, was a part of it, and other Jazz Mafia familiar faces. And that was around 2014 maybe. And it's gone through that EDM phase. It's been performed in acoustic jazz groups. It's been performed I did a orchestra version of it, like a 20-piece jazz orchestra version of it, and a brass band version. And then in Cosa, we started playing it. And it's just every time it lights up in a different way. It's fun to solo over. It's simple. I mean, it's like maybe a 1-page song. I don't know, but it's just kind of easy and fun to let loose on. So this is Achilles Heel, and we hope you dig it. Take it away, Car Wash.
Get ready to go.
Wow. Sorry, guys, if my cheeks are a little flushed after that rousing
Right.
song. Achilles' Heel. Adam, classic track. Classic track. When I hear that song, I can't help but have images of scantily clad, acrobatic people doing death-defying tricks, and I don't know why, but there's just the imagery is so rich with that song.
Yeah, that's actually one of the other things that I said. It kind of goes, that song has went into different directions that we wouldn't have expected when we started working with Vaudeville Society, doing a lot of circus art stuff. That song got used every year in a different way. And so, yeah, it's hard for me to take it away from, to separate it from the imagery of all the amazing performers that have done acts to that song.
Right.
So what you got, Aaron?
Well, speaking of acrobatics and things like that, tonight is a special night because I'm debuting not only the first song that I've ever contributed to an album in my expansive music career as a side person, but I'm also debuting a stop motion video that I did for this song. That's right, stop motion film that I did. I did not know how to do stop motion film before I took on this project, but maybe I'll say a little something before the song, and then afterwards I can talk a little bit more about it. But so never having really written a song before, I don't know the rules. Okay, and I know
There are no rules. Break them all.
No rules.
Right.
I know you have to pay people a lot of money for them to tell you that, basically, and I know that. I know, but yet, anyways, basically the way this song got written was that there was a gaping hole in our album tracking list. We needed one song, at least one song from each member of the band, in order to uphold our claim that everyone in the band composes, because that's often said at our live concerts, and there's always a part of me that winces a little bit because I know I haven't really composed anything. And so it was the 11th hour. Our album was getting finished, getting put in the can, and we needed one track from yours truly. Adam was bugging. He's like, dude, we got to record tonight. Tonight is the night. We need something from you. I literally did not have anything. So what I did was I opened up this app called Acapella, where you can record yourself doing different tracks. I came up with a couple of melodies, a melody, a couple harmonies, and some rhythm, and very crudely done. And then I brought it to our recording session with the band that night. I played it, they listened to it, and then I don't know what, it was all a blur after that. All I know is that when I left that night, we had created a song that was different than what I had initially come up with, because each of the members of the band helped bring the song alive. And then after that, the pandemic happened, and we had a lot of time to sit with the song and listen to it. And I sent it out to a friend of mine, Rob Reich, an excellent musician and accordion player in the Bay Area. And I sent it to him, and I'm like, hey, Rob, can you add something to this track? And Rob sent the track back like a day later with this brilliant accordion playing on it, and really made the song a song. And anyways, I really felt like I could see I wanted a stop motion film for this song, and I did not think I was going to do it. I asked one of my
Dramatic
friends,
lights over there, Aaron.
Right.
just trying to build up a little bit of
Get the strobe going.
is that good? Does it make me look fat?
You look really svelte.
Okay. So basically, my friend, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do the stop animation for me. And he's like, but you know what? You could do it. Like, you can, do it, like, download an app on your phone and just kind of make it. And I tried that, and it wasn't really cutting it. And little by little, like, I started acquiring more professional and expensive pieces, to the point where I decided I'd buy the professional stop motion program. Then, I need a real camera. Well, I need a tripod for the camera. Well, I'm going to need props, So basically, I spent my stimulus check on clay and little toys and little things. But I was gonna say that this project probably took me like 5 months from when I started thinking about it to like actually having it done, which was completed at 1:30 this morning in Moraga by Graham Teal, the editor extraordinaire. So I just want to give Graham a little drum roll because he helped put this thing together. And I don't know, maybe we should just play it and then I can talk a little bit about it and, what it means and everything. But what do you think? Should we just put it on?
How long?
Yeah.
I just want to ask one question before we roll it. How long did it take you? Like, how long does like 1 second or 1 minute take you when you're creating it? Because I think you told us in rehearsal, and it was like pretty astounding.
Well, after spending a weekend to 13-hour days, I came out with 30 seconds. So I think I timed it to 1 hour of work for 1 second of usable footage.
And how long is the song?
The song is 4 minutes and 20 seconds long.
Wow.
So you can do the math. I think that was probably like 4,000 hours. And I'm not even really.
Oh, okay, math with letters is hard. Maybe not
Yeah.
4,000, but.
And you know what? Let me just throw it out there. So basically, another interesting thing is that when I did the song, I didn't know what it was about. It didn't have a title. It didn't have any imagery. The song was just called, I think Adam had called it Curbside or Kick 'em to the Curbside or something. And then I was reading a book by Eduardo Galeano, and I was just flipping through the pages one day, and I saw this chapter titled The Acrobat. And I was like, you know what? This song kind of sounds like I don't know why, I can see like circus imagery. I can see kind of like an acrobat just kind of flying through the sky and doing death-defying tricks and stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm going to call the song The Acrobat. And then it just kind of took on a life of its own. And especially when Rob added the accordion, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely about an acrobat. And then I started to think a little bit more deeply about it. And it came to me just kind of like the metaphor of the acrobat, and how each one of us are kind of walking this tightrope of sanity right now. And we're juggling so many things, and we're contorting ourselves to fit this new normal, and we're hurtling through this great unknown with really no safety net to catch us when we fall. And I don't know, the thing about acrobats that delights people so much is that they defy your expectations of what's possible, right? But they land the trick, they catch the ball, they avoid the death or the paralyzing injury somehow, except for those rare freak. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But so that's kind of what we're doing, and assuming that that there is some kind of sentient life that's watching us from someplace and just kind of sitting back and seeing what we do. I kind of like to imagine that they're kind of like, oh my God, are they going to do it? Oh, are they going to? Oh, and they're just watching us kind of play by play as we just hurtle through this weird reality that we're in now. So this is dedicated to everybody who is trying to survive 2020. And roll.
Wow. Can we get a round of applause for Aaron Kierbel?
You guys, I'm not really good at sacrifice, and I think one thing I learned a lot through this project was how to sacrifice because I didn't go out for many weekends and many days. I stayed home. I just focused.
There's
You
nowhere to
should
go.
have.
Don't worry about it.
I was saying, right, exactly. We're all sheltering. You should have stayed home, so it's fine.
Well, I know a lot of the days, you know, it was toxic to go out for many different reasons. But there are also some beautiful days that were gorgeous and warm, and everybody was out at the beach, you know, doing their thing. And I was literally like blocking out every shred of light in my room so that I could do this, make this video look good. And so, you know, sacrifice and also patience. Oh my God, I did not think that I had as much patience as it took to do this.
Yeah, I just learned something new about you, Aaron. Wow, dude, that's amazing. By the way, everybody who's on this call, we all just saw this video for the first time ourselves. So this is new for us. So we are actually in all reacting. I'm blown away. Aaron, dude, that was incredible.
Thank you very much. Yeah, if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take a question or two. I'm looking in the comments.
Seriously, how much do you charge? Can I hire you?
Man, yeah, I have to factor in. There's so many things to factor in, including like I gained 20 pounds doing this because you don't exercise. Like you do exercise certain ways, but not in comfortable ways, and not in like the ways that burn any meaningful fat off.
Do we get like a discount because we're in your band?
I think we could. Yeah, we could work out a little something.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll call your manager tomorrow.
Let's see. Thank you for the accolades. How can we access this? I think it's going to be up on YouTube. I'm going to post this tomorrow for the world to see. So should be on YouTube.
Yes. Everybody, give a round of applause for Aaron. Let's
Thank you so much.
round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause.
And really, like I told Adam today, if you ever want me to do something like dependably, really just make a deadline with a hard date, and that will be the thing that helps me get something done. Because otherwise, it just may never happen.
Hey, Aaron. Antonia is wondering what prompted you to want to create this video.
Oh, good question. Well, yeah, like I said, after the accordion was added to it, I really started to hear the song as something that brought up this imagery of like circus acrobats, old time kind of imagery. And then when I got the title from that book, I just superimposed it onto the song, and then it kind of started taking on its own life. And like I said, my friend Jeremy Rourke, who's an amazing stop motion artist in San Francisco, he now I understand why he didn't do it, because it takes so much time, and you really this has to be like the thing that you love to do most, because yeah, he couldn't do it. So I was like, well, I can't imagine paying somebody for this, and I have like so much time on my hands, so I'm just gonna learn how to do it. And at some point, I had spent enough time and money and sacrifice that I felt like, okay, I'm in too deep. I can't quit. I gotta finish it. So that's what I did.
Side note: the week Aaron, or the next day after Aaron finished it, he was asking Lewis and I about learning how to do music notation software, like learning how to use Finale or Sibelius. And I was just like, dude, that's the next dark hole you're gonna go down. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Jamie Moore just had a really cool question. I don't know if you're seeing the chat while you're talking.
Yeah.
AA Raw. He said, did you map out the story, or did it unfold on its own? And how did you kind of like make decisions as you were going through it all?
Good question. I like answering these questions. I had the first scene in my mind of the little letters coming out and like doing acrobatics to form the word acrobat. And I worked on that scene for probably like a few months, because that was basically just me learning stop motion film with that first scene. And it started with me just like on the ground outside doing it with like my phone, and I'm like, okay, this is trash. Like my knees are hurt. The sun moves, So then, and then it kind of just came to me as I was going, like literally, like an acrobat just like leaps off the trapeze and sort of like hopes that something is there to catch it. That's basically like what I did. As I started shooting, ideas would come to me, and I would, try it out. I would go down a road, and then I might realize, like after 2 days of shooting, like, oh, this is shit. I can't do this, and I had to go back and do it all over again. I tried to storyboard it, which is the professional thing to do, but really it was just like little by little, inch by inch, just did it.
And Aaron, one last question. Somebody asked, Antonia said, did the acrobat couple live happily ever after?
Well, like Shaina mentioned, she pointed out that it was the woman who saved the day, as always.
Women always save the day, duh.
Right? She saved the acrobat from falling into the snake pit. But I also think that the snakes represent renewal and rebirth, as they do in many cultures, as they shed their skin. And so it's sort of like that's what we're doing as well. I think you saw some obvious imagery in there. Coronavirus. You saw Donald Trump. You saw the economic downward arrow. Just all these things that are kind of swirling around, and and I think that this time is gonna make us into better people when we come out the other end. But right now we're kind of just hurtling through this the great unknown. So thank you all. Oh my God, this is like the debut.
Aaron, this is the most I've actually heard you talk in 7 years. Seriously, I love it. It's great. So what's next on the roster?
No, like I know, but it's dunno.
I don't know.
I don't know. Dunno? I don't know. Dunno.
Somebody
That's
should know.
Somebody should know.
You
I
know?
mean, if everybody knew, we wouldn't be in this predicament we're in right now. But you know what?
I get it.
Yeah.
The song is called
Dunno.
Wait. Yeah.
Spelled D-U. No? Ah! Anyway, this is my track. Hi guys. And this group is my family, and we have the weirdest relationship, but they challenge me like nobody else ever has creatively, and I love them for it. They make me sing, they make me write, they keep me on my toes, and it's this song is, I'm like the pop kid in the group, I think. So for me, it's kind of like growing up, gay black boy on the East Coast with hip hop, R&B, Southern roots, then Chicago house, but went to classical conservatory. So this is kind of like, this is a real story. It was based on an actual event, unfortunately. So it's a little angsty. I guess this would be like my emo anthem song. Not really. But it's called Dunno, and let's hear it.
Posed as a man, just a wolf in disguise. You played me with your game, made me the fool. You broke all the rules, not an ounce of shame. I don't know why you tell these lies, reckless words to make me cry. And the whole time the devil in your smile. Your scheme, it is a foolproof plan. Use up your friends, make no amends. It's all just a scam. I gave you trust, was a friend, showed you love. You took my coin, tried my friends, fucked me up. Paid your rent, no consent, like getting robbed without a gun. I don't know why you tell these lies. Can't believe I even tried. You ain't no friend, can't defend. This is a crime. I don't know why you play these games with others' lives. It's such a shame. Stab me right in the back, no remorse, so much hurt and pain. I don't know why you keep playing lies with that devil in your smile. I just can't make any sense of all this mess. You strung me along, you did me wrong. Choked my burden, can't barely catch my breath. You stole, you lied, mistreated, I cried. Tried to talk, but you walked away from your best friend. Alone in the end, no one cares. No, you're scared, want revenge. No, instead I just throw my hands in the air.
Give it up for Keith. That's so sick. I love what Keith brings to this band. It's like, it's a completely different thing than any of us have, and you complete us. It's just this perfect magical thing.
Thank you guys for bringing it out of me. You know, when you guys challenge me, I love it.
Yeah. That's what we do in this 5-way relationship.
Consensual 5-way relationship.
That's what's up. Tune is a song that I wrote. It's a total change of gears from everything that we've heard in this record so far. I guess every song is pretty different, but these gentlemen were kind enough to play on my solo album, which I put out I think 2 years ago, Hit Woman Honey, and it's a solo album, but I'm not a solo violinist. I need other people to play with me, so it's an album of all of my music, most of which I wrote for this band. So I only contributed one song to this record, and it was really a departure for me. Most of my music has been sort of very visual, and I see things when I write, and often have like stories in mind, and I don't know, life cycles and all sorts of things. And I just wanted to explore capturing a singular feeling in this track. As we know, there can be so much in a singular feeling. You know, there's a smell and a taste and a sound, and what are all the elements that contribute to a single moment in time. So that's what this track is about. It is entitled August. It is inspired by those super hot, humid, sticky, beautiful, perfect summer days or nights where all you can do is move really slowly and get your beverage in your hand and take sips.
Get it, Shaina.
Hey, take it off. My husband is like really into this apparently. It's working. The music is working. You know, I tried to capture that. You're taking my shine. You're grabbing my spotlight, Adam. God.
Shaina, this song is like amazing. Oh, it's so good.
Thanks, Keith. Well, so it was really interesting. I wrote this song, I don't know, last winter, and then when this August hit and we were all sheltered in place and it was hot, it was crazy hot. It was over 100 degrees, but the world was falling apart. It sort of took on a new meaning. So I'd be curious to hear what y'all think of it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this track called August.
For the grown and sexy. David killed it.
Oh, yeah. All right, that was August by Shaina Evoniuk. And the reason I'm talking is because we're going to do one of my tunes now. This is my other Italian titled track. It's called Abbracciare il Jazz. And it means embrace the jazz. And here's the true story behind it. Well, first of all, we're part of the jazz mafia, but we never really play jazz, you know? We play like improv music. And I like playing jazz. And maybe I just have too narrow of a definition of what jazz is. But one time we were playing at SF Jazz, and we were doing this a tribute to Ray Charles, right? And there was a part in one of Adam's tunes that he did where we go into a really actual like jazzy groove, and he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna do that cheesy jazz thing," and I was like, "But I want to play cheesy jazz," and so then I wrote this tune called "Embrace the Jazz," and it's like, come on, let's do some jazz. It's gonna be fun. And so anyway, that's the true story. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that, but anyway, the tune also it's a ballad with a jazz tune in the middle of it. So the jazz is being embraced by a lovely little fuzzy ballad. And we get a killer bone solo from Adam in this. I get to take a solo, blow over some changes, and I get to do my little bass line thing that I do sometimes, and we get some really soulful playing in the ballad section from everybody, really. Some inventive time taking, and I really kind of like the ballad part is more chamber music-y, and these guys really brought it to the next level. So,
dude, I love this track because it reminds me of like a 50s like film score. You know, like, yeah, totally. The way the moods it goes through, I have like visual, you know, mental images of like the different sections. So anyway,
yeah, I think I was thinking a lot about 50s because it's like that's the vibe certainly of the jazz, the middle section.
Well, there you
yeah,
go.
there you go. All right. So yeah, here it is. Abbracciare il Jazz. All right.
That was amazing, Lewis.
Oh, it's nothing. Yeah, de nada.
You put me in
thanks,
my
Keith.
noir phase.
Yeah. So, yeah, we all kind of mixed it up a little bit. I'm wearing sequins, of course, nothing but sequins, and popped my claws. And
Adam and Shaina went for the New Orleans colors for some good old purple and gold. Yeah,
I got my Elton John on tonight.
I'm okay with that. I support that.
yeah, follow the yellow brick road. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit Otis McDonald.
And I am a
Yeah.
nightmare unicorn.
I thought Keith was a unicorn.
I am a unicorn.
I'm the nightmare unicorn.
I'm the alien unicorn.
I am
Idiot.
the nightmare unicorn. Hey, that's a good rap name for you, Aaron.
Go with that.
I
I'll pull
mean-
that out at the end.
Oh, that's interesting.
Give him a little.
That's
tidbit.
like a whole garment that you're wearing.
Yeah, it's not
It's
clothes.
not just a detachable horn.
It's a garment.
Yeah.
Literally with one zip, changed the whole course of this evening.
Where
Yeah.
is Tom Cruise when you need him from the movie Legend?
Oh, I still haven't seen it, and how
I
I
have
love Tom
no
Cruise.
idea what you guys are talking about.
We
Oh
don't
wait,
either.
hey, we have another song
Go to
to
the next track.
introduce.
Yeah.
This next tune is called Autopsy, and it's another one of mine. And this one actually, I did not originally write for the band, although I think it's perfectly suited for them. I wrote this for a ballet, and it was produced in Rhode Island. And the ballet was about Sleepy Hollow, basically, the legend of Sleepy Hollow. And if you remember that legend, Ichabod Crane is the protagonist, and he is a forensics expert. And so he gets called into this town where people are getting killed, getting their heads chopped off, and he gets in there to determine the cause of death. And turns out it's having your head chopped off. So, but they needed some music for the autopsy scene. And oh, little doggy. And so I gave him this little thing. It's kind of a 3-part thing. You've got your jazz fusion A section. Then you have your Balkan 9/8 B section where Adam takes a really cool trombone solo, and then we have a sludge metal C section. So shout out to like Neurosis, some old school Oakland sludge metal, that kind of thing. And that's basically it. And thanks to everybody in the group for bringing the metal.
Cookie Monster. If there was a singer, they'd be singing like this.
We have to keep it weird.
is not like the other?
Lewis, we love you for keeping it weird, dude.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I roll in the
And
band,
beautiful.
I realized.
It's
Sure.
awesome.
Yeah, well, that's all I got to say.
Welcome back. Adam is talking, but we can't hear him because he's muted.
Oh, hey. I was just saying, hey, cheers. That was a great double shot from Louis Patzner, the Emperor himself. Thanks for those great songs, Louis.
My pleasure, dude.
You man. Up next, we have our only full ballad of the album. We get into some down-tempo stuff here and there, but this song is in that zone. It's a slow burn. I was writing the original material for this around the time that Shaina's grandmother Evelyn passed away, who was a really awesome lady, and I maybe had half the material done, and she had passed away, and we were out on the Emeryville Marina is what that area is called, and there's just one of those incredible sunsets in the Bay Area where you're like, this is the most amazing sunset ever in the Bay Area. But it was a couple of years like that, and it was really special, and it kind of, she lived in Hawaii for a big chunk of her life. I don't know, half of her life, who knows, long time. And it just, sunshine and clouds and all that, it really made me think of her. And so I titled this song after Evelyn, her sunset. Hope you dig it. Features Keith Lawrence on a beautiful viola solo that climaxes in full glory. So yeah, take it away, Carlos. All right. How about it for Keith Lawrence on that beautiful viola improvisationalism?
Thank you for writing that, Adam. Adam, actually, I want to say something. That when you wrote that, that was actually the first time I played that was right kind of shortly after we got this band together, and it's beautiful.
It's definitely a song that fits on one page, which is something I've struggled with since I went to college, and they taught me all this stuff that I shouldn't have probably learned. So I think just having it be the simplest form of what it needs to be. Like I probably wrote it as a sketch to bring into the band, and it was like, sounds great. Don't add anything to it, because when you have really awesome players, they bring it to life. And so the more stuff you write on top of that, the more that can get in the way with tapping into the magic of each player. One interesting thing I was just thinking about is I originally wrote it to be a trombone duet. At least that was a big portion of it, was two trombones at the first thing, at the beginning and the end, which we haven't been doing lately, but an interesting fact is some of the revisions that it went through. You're tuned into Jazz Mafia Tuesdays. Thanks for being here. This is the 5th Jazz Mafia Tuesday live stream. Jazz Mafia Tuesdays originally started in 2000 and was a live concert series that happened all over San Francisco every week for 10 years. Crazy. It's a lot of being in bars and being around potentially harmful situations for all of us musicians that were there. And I'd say that this feels a lot safer, a little different, but we can still make cocktails and hang out. And so cheers to you and yours. Hope everybody's comfortable. And yeah, get your rose water. So around 2010, Jazz Mafia we backed off from doing these live weekly things in bars and focused on other things. You know, I would say bigger, but like, you know, playing in bars is definitely a commendable thing to do, to like give something to the community and all that. So we passed that tradition on to the next people who are doing it, and we've been doing a lot of other interesting collaborations and things that keep us busy. And this is our 20-year anniversary for the Jazz Mafia Collective, and so with this crazy COVID pandemic time, we thought it would be a great time to honor the original inspiration for Jazz Mafia Tuesdays, which was just a place to come hang for artists, kind of like a jam session, but one that's somewhat organized too. And so we're taking it back to that original experimental place where we can try out new songs. Like last week, we premiered 4 new songs, and that's really what I'm hoping to be doing a lot of. And we'll give you some polished stuff too, but we're also going to be trying things that we might fail at. And even this listening party is a total experiment. It's been really fun. Thanks for everyone, all your comments and
thank you for
funny observations and all that. It's just so cool to get that feedback from what we do, because it's an odd realm, you know, it's an odd realm to be in, just posting your stuff online and like getting likes and all that. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we hope this was a fun experiment for you. I don't want it to replace our Tuesday live performances ever. It was kind of an unusual situation tonight, and this is what we came up with, but I think I would like to be doing listening parties for our new releases maybe on a different night, and you know, y'all can just tune in for that. So yeah, that's where it's at. Thanks for rolling with us. We're at the end of the album now. The last real song. It's 2 tracks on the record, but it's really one song that joins together. And Lewis might have something to say about it, but I want to just set it up that Lewis, our cello player right there in the sequence, was in a group called Judgment Day, and that's how I first saw Lewis perform. And they were like an acoustic heavy metal band, and I was blown away. I was actually there with Joe Bagale at this little festival called Baconwood that some of our friends used to put on. And this group came up with a cello and a violin and a drummer and just destroyed. I was enthralled. And so Lewis is so sick of hearing me talk about how I love Judgment Day, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably are like, when's Judgment Day getting back together, Lewis? Come on. It's like that thing you just wish people would just talk about your new music, but they always want to talk about Judgment Day. But it was really cool. And so what I did was had him come in and just play a bunch of stuff that was in that heavy metal style on the cello in the studio. And I just kind of chopped some things up. And wrote a song out of just his natural, visceral, intuitive grooves that he was coming up with on the cello. And so that's what this turned into, Emperor Louis. And the first part of it, the first minute, is just Louis basically completely improvising, similar to when he came into the studio. So it's kind of like the before and after, and then the song really starts to rock out. But yeah, if y'all got anything else to say before we start on this journey, jump on in.
Well, you could talk about how much you love Judgment Day as much as you want. You know, I guess I should just say I had no idea you were going to call it Emperor Louis, and I'm super honored to have a track like, you know, with my name in it. I never saw that coming, and it means a lot to me. And so I have COVID now. I might have had it when we recorded this. I was super sick. But this was back in February, right?
Oh, yeah, remember that?
This was back in February. We didn't think it was in the United States yet. But I did get really sick, and I remember, so the improvisation, which is how we start the tune, and that came about because that's how we started doing it live. I think for whatever reason, Adam was like, go! And so we started doing that live, and then we put that on the record. But I just remember being so exhausted after this take in particular. It's like, this is the last one. I can't do it again. Because also then we went and did a take of the full song. But normally when I don't have the Rona, I think that playing this kind of music is like a really good outlet for me. It was super crucial part of my musical development because I played some music a little bit too energetically, and then I started playing metal, and I could just, you know, start playing things. I had this outlet, so I would get exhausted by playing this kind of music, and I really liked that, and I like that it's still part of my life. And I like being able to rock out with some of my friends.
Sauerkraut.
Exactly.
I want to say one last thing to everyone that joined us. Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with Cosa Nostra Strings. Thank you for all your comments and actually being involved and participating. Like this group right here, this is when Adam started Jazz Mafia, it's community building through music, one track at a time. And so like, that's how we do. We're all a bunch of weirdos just trying to make people happy and have some fun and get our feelings out. And, you know, please, thank you for your support. And I love this group. And I just want to say to my bandmates, I love you guys, for real.
I love you too.
I got you guys. Yeah, I love every one of you guys.
Cool.
We'll probably stick around. Oh, we're in the same room.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, we'll stick around for a couple of minutes after this last track and see if there's any final questions. But thank you so much for joining us, everybody, tonight. This is so freaking weird, and we're so grateful for you for making it less weird. Let's roll the track.
Emperor.
Emperor Lewis! Oh, he's gone. Where'd he go?
And that kiddo.
The Emperor has left the building.
Yes.
You know.
That song is also going to be released as a remix version. It's going to be coming out soon. We have an entire remix album actually coming out with 7 songs from the Cosa Nostra Strings full-length album. So almost all of them did get remixed, but some are being released on other things too. But that album is coming out on the 10th of October, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You know what to do. Just follow us. We'll keep you updated. Oh, nice onesie, Keith. But yeah, the remix album features remixes from a lot of our favorite producers. We're so grateful that so many people were interested in it. It started out as a little one song experiment and turned into a whole album. So we're excited to share that with you. A few of the singles are out now, 3 of them actually. So yeah, oh, look at Shaina's glasses there, shining bright. Thanks everybody for being here to celebrate this record with us. We started it in January and it's been nonstop since then, and making a record in a pandemic, a little extra surprises as well. So it just feels so good to have this thing wrapped up. We also have after the remix album that comes out in early October, we have an EP that we recorded with Leland Kane, Barry, singer, songwriter, jazz, songstress, just amazing musician. 4-song EP coming out. The first single comes out this Tuesday from that. Our Hiatus Coyote cover of one of their songs. It's going to be really, really awesome. Oh, Lewis, I didn't notice yours. Damn, man. Stepping up the game. Distracting me. So yeah, 3 Cosa Nostra albums in 3 months. This is the first one today. We're celebrated it in style. Thanks everybody for being a part of it. What else am I forgetting, y'all?
Follow us on Snapchat. Oh wait, I meant Instagram and Twitter.
Tell everybody you know, friends, family, foes, arch nemesis, Dragon Ball Z, anybody, your Pokemons. Tell everybody about Cosa Nostra, because what we do here is all love, and we just want to keep making music, and we want people to hear it, and we want people to listen to it. And
yeah. And if you're somebody who like puts music in movies, like a musical, if you're in charge of that, you might think that we're above that because we're such great artists, but we're not. We need the money.
We have a price. And by the way, stop motion filmmaking, I was thinking about it, and yes, I am for hire. So if you like what you saw tonight, and you want some stop motion for your upcoming corporate project, you think, then just reach out, email, whatever. Adam, did you have a question?
Do you do weddings and anniversaries, Aaron?
I want in.
Yeah. So you're going to stay tuned to see more of those coming out your way.
Yes. So basically, we're all a bunch of sellouts, but Aaron's the biggest sellout.
I'm the most recent sellout.
No, but check us out on all streaming platforms. We're on iTunes, Bandcamp, Google Play Music, Apple Music. Am I missing? Did I miss?
Most of them.
What's Kanye's one?
Oh yeah, we are. We're on Kanye's as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell I use it a lot. Also, please do check out Jazz Mafia's Patreon, which all of the Jazz Mafia bands, groups under the Jazz Mafia umbrella are a part of and benefit from. It is at patreon.com/jazzmafia. And we've almost got 100 subscribers within less than 2 months, so that was mind-blowing. Everybody who signs up gets a free custom birthday song. So
and Adam's birthday song, their birthday songs, the Jazz Mafia birthday songs are really sickening. They're amazing.
Yeah. We try to go the extra mile. We're going to be getting a lot of guest artists involved in the birthday songs as well. So please do feel free, if you can, to support this Patreon. If you can't, we're still going to keep bringing free music to you every week. that's just how it is. We believe that it's really important to make it accessible for everybody. But if you can to support, we really appreciate all of this love we've been getting. And to the people who sent us money tonight, we decided at the last minute to not put our give us money thing at the bottom that we usually do when we're performing live. And some of y'all sent in money on the PayPal or Venmo or something. I don't even know how you found it, but thank you for that. That was really sweet. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, anything else that I missed? It's important.
I think we should just all say we're Cosa Nostra strings.
We're Cosa Nostra strings.
Yeah.
We're Cosa Nostra strings.
We are Cosa Nostra strings.
We are Cosa Nostra. Listen to our stuff and share it with